All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Monday, August 1st. Shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, I got the sound check already good to go from all of us inside the live trading room. Great to see Jeff, Chuck, Phil, Alex, Deborah, and all of us inside the live trading room of ours. Finally, we are good to go, folks. I had quite the mishap earlier this morning with the audio. I appreciate everyone's patience, not just inside the live trading room here, but for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, and YouTube. So with that, back on our normal grinds. In fact, REV is beginning to make this beautiful push up right now from the 590 level. Listen, I knew I wasn't going to be doing a lot of trading today. I had a few trades from the morning. I'm in the plus, but not by any respectable number. I'm happy with it, right? I'm just pointing out that I'm not here to trade today. And I know that. I'm planning my move to Florida. So by Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, I'm on the road. So I'm actually working remote right now. I'm at my mother's house right now. I was at my sister's house earlier today. So I'm traveling all over. But with that, it's all about the call outs. It's all about the big levels. Every trade begins with an entry, and we know that our best entries to buy a stock are directly after it breaks through a big level on the way up. So with that, just earlier, right at 1:58 Eastern time, I specifically called out REV strong level at 590. 588 to be exact is the real level on the chart I have here. But you could see most recently this ended up breaking under the 588, 590. From there, ended up squeezing up quite nicely up over 6. Folks, just really quick, is the audio good to go, or is Michael making me paranoid? Are we good right now? Can everybody hear me? Ray and Phil and Carol and Lita and all of us here, Barbara, Kevin, good? All right. Probably just Michael right there. Give me a quick second. There we go. Just telling Mike to log out back in. But with that in mind, we have the REV trade good to go. This is right away going to be put on our watch list here for the afternoon. Usually if I have a IT mic issue, it only goes once. So with that, we are good here for this afternoon, folks. Let's go from top to bottom with that in mind, though. The REV trade is not the only stock that I'd called out just earlier. The OTRK, we were all over. I mean, we're going to go from top to bottom in a second, but man, this thing, you just did not expect this to make the parabolic run that it ended up making, essentially going from 70 to high of the day off of 170, right? Making a clean dollar move. But with that, just recently, this failed to make the big break that we wanted to see it make right off strong level 126. 126 was big support, broke under it. All right, first test here, you expect resistance. Second test, even, don't be surprised. But just before, I thought there was a chance for this to sneak up above 126, flip that again from resistance to support. It is very tradable, right? This is very tradable, very liquid, cheap stock. I wouldn't have any issue putting this on our main list here. And actually, as I'm talking, this just snapped right back up to 125, 126. So this could look to make the pop as we go, folks. You know what? I'll do that. I'll put that OTRK on our watch list here as well to begin. All right. So with that, I might take this off our list if it tanks from this point, if it fails to break higher, but this snap back up, we'll see. Hopefully there's one more pop left to it here across this afternoon. Hopefully more than one. But let's go from top to bottom. Otherwise, let's see what we could add to our list alongside those two. LTRPB. Try saying that name 3 times fast. There's also LTRPA, if I'm not mistaken. This is up only 11% compared to this Liberty ticker. I don't know the difference between the two. Don't know why this one's up 296% today. Listen, if anyone's looking to roll the dice, go to the casino and jump in, if you were able to hold on, that's life-changing money, right? God bless. But we know what happens to this type of stock anyway, right? Just take a look at AERC, take a look at INDO, take a look at ISIG and all these others. Take a look at VRAX in 2 weeks from now, or in a week from now, maybe even less. VRAX obviously made a huge pop today. One of the monkeypox stocks we had on the morning watch list here for the open. Very active in pre-market. Needless to be said, we had every intent to put this on our watch list, and thankfully this ended up producing really well for us. Took a while to get the gears going, but this ended up breaking resistance very nicely off of 9. I thought it was going to make a false breakout that very first test right here. Nope. Popped it. It ran up. I was hoping to see 9 as support from that point, but there was just minimal looking back at that on this trade. Ended up running up towards high of the day, just under 14, 13.75 there, and since has dropped back down. So I feel like, this one's done for at this point. Wouldn't mind putting it on our list just by the end of this if it does make a pop. But for right now, we'll scratch this. We'll just see if there's anything else looking a lot better right now at this point. So let's do that. Let's just see what else we got here, folks. We'll be quick and efficient, making great use of time, at least for this meeting compared to the morning one. So MDIA ended up making a nice pop earlier this morning. Right now, though, seem to be set on this, like I said, on VRAX. Just falling off a bit right now. Volume totally died off at that point. You got the REV trade. That was a poor whistle from me. There we go. That was a little bit better. So from 588, a clean dollar move. Are you kidding me? Now, the reason I had mentioned 588, you could see from the left side of this chart, it was building a Fausto flag under there, and it was choppy at first. So I ended up coming back to the stock later on, and it held it as support. Well, we called the break under it and looking for the retest, and ever since it was running. Norman got about 41 cents on this trade, killed it on it. He got in right from 602. So, hey, ended up re-breaking 6. Same thing happened off of 6 as it did off 588. But, hey, that's easy to say in hindsight, but this was already teasing the breakout earlier. It showed buying interest off of 6. Norman's one of our longtime students. He's seen this before. He's been through this before. The more that you do this, and I know this could be easy to say, but the more that you do this, it's easier to hold on. Norman got 41 cents on his trade right now. Got in from 602 out at 643. Beautiful. So with that, congratulations, Norman. As we had said, REV is already on our list. Looking great. TXMD, in terms of a chart, looking great. In terms of an order book, do better. But I'll put this on our watch list as well. Just really thin volume here on the bid and the ask. So I would be more mindful of 50-cent levels, whole numbers for this type of trade to begin. But then otherwise, I don't have my level 4, my book map open right now for this. So we'll take a look just in a moment once we finish up this meeting, at least. You could see based on the daily chart, and I am going to shoot from the hip with saying this company had to have been bought out back from early June. This had to have been a buyout where it ended up, making the squeeze up. But then the consequent days or subsequent days, it ended up just, flattening out there. I would assume for that to be major resistance ahead. What is that, like 582, 592, 592, I'm sorry, 992, 982. That's my dyslexia kicking in there. 982 to 992 as a major historical level for this TXMD. That's what I'm led to believe. For right now, I'll put this on our list. Just be very mindful, like I'd said, of how thin the order book is for this trade. AEMD, we'll pass on this. Let's skim it from this point, folks. I'm sure there could be a lot more that is up, that's looking good. My gainers list isn't allowing me to scroll at all right now, so it's being a little out of whack here. Give me a quick sec. All right, let's move around here. This INSG. I'm happy I clicked on this thing. It's cheap, very liquid. Just had a huge spike to it a moment ago. So, we'll see what comes of this trade. I'll come back to this at the very end. Rite Aid RAD has had a really strong couple of past days back from Friday last week into today. Got a Bobby J trade. Bobby J, look at that. Nice run for Bed Bath Beyond here. So yeah, we'll put BBBY, Bed Bath Beyond, on our watch list here for the afternoon. If you want to know why we call BBBY Bobby J, you got to ask Fausto on that. I've said this before. It's kind of funny, but I went on vacation like last year for like 4 days, 3 days. I come back and all of a sudden he's calling it Bobby J. I don't know. I don't see a J in this name. I'm teasing him, of course, but saying that. We like to make nicknames for these stocks at times, just it's funnier to say. But yeah, BBBY, Bed Bath Beyond. We're going to put this on our watch list here. All right, Clean Spark, CLSK, looking pretty active today in terms of the chart, but not really trading a whole lot of volume per minute. I'll pass on it. All right, there could be a lot more, folks, that is up TBLT from this morning, but obviously flat now. So let's see what's on the loser side here. I know market's been slumping off today. I know New York City declared monkeypox, whatever they label it as, like some emergency. hey, that could lead to a drop off within the market. I know there is other things that came out just in terms of different numbers from this morning, so that led to a bit of a dip, but otherwise, little bounce back up. We'll see if there's anything on the loser side that's more name brand, that's shortable, that's easy to borrow. RCL is the first thing that comes to mind for me there. I don't see this on the loser side right now, but we'll turn over to Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, RCL. That dropped off pretty nicely earlier today. It's down over 8%, beginning to kick back up right now, though. So it's not really near the lows and it's not really near the highs right now. It's trying to break just resistance from the chart here right around like 35.50, 35.60-ish, but not really a whole lot otherwise there on that trade. Ooh, TME. Saw this just on the bottom of the losers list right here. Shortable. Wanted to check it out briefly. Listen, it's at the lows and it's shortable. So could it be a pretty good trade on the way down? Yeah. Is this the fastest thing in the world? No. So you got to know your expectations. Am I expecting 50, 60 cents? No. Would 20 cents on this trade be pretty sweet? Yeah. So in that sense, you just have to know your expectations on a trade like this. But for right now, let's see if there's anything looking better in both directions, up or down. Norman calling out right now, red box, big volume around $5. I was teasing the break earlier. We ended up seeing a lot of volume getting filled from the mid-morning here, and I was in this trade a couple of times with one of my students in coaching. Took 2 losses on it, on a half-size position for both of them, but on the second one, it was like, if it's not going to make that move from there, you just move on. I thought it was going to completely tank. It did even worse. It just flattened out for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, probably teasing a bunch of us. So thankfully, I avoided that, but is it going to just tease us again, this red box trade? I don't mind putting it on our watch list right now because it's a stock we're really familiar with and it's very liquid, pretty well within our price range. So for right now, we'll give it a look. If there's anything else, folks, up, down, left, right, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, and of course for all of us inside the live trading room, let me know. Let's see if I can pop up a little Benzinga Pro right now in front of you here. REV, Redbox, Medea, MDIA. I'll nickname that one as. Let's go to that MDIA. Let's go to Medea here. Trying to inch up, but again, it's like got a thin order book. I'd rather Redbox. All right, so folks, I'll tell you, we got a good list here at this point. We got 5 stocks to work with. So, and all of them, we've done pretty well on today, or at least we're pretty familiar with just in a general basis. So I like what we have so far. If there's anything else out there, I'm sure that Rich will call it out in the next 15, 20 minutes as he jumps back on the mic inside our live trading room. For all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, I believe Fausto should be back tomorrow morning. I know that he had dropped off his son in Delaware, I believe, for college. So I think he'll be back tomorrow. But if not, then you got me again for tomorrow morning. I don't believe we'll run into any further audio issues. I'm strongly led to believe that we're good to go. But with that in mind, if you have any other questions, thoughts, comments, suggestions for all of us on social media today, send it over to my email address. I always like to post my email at the end of these streams, josh@ctutrading.com. Otherwise, though, if you were interested in joining our live trading room, that is, just go right down to the link on the yellow banner below right there of the stream to get yourself started. For Norman, for Alex, for Leda, for Michael, for Robert, John, Robert, Alex, Charles, Andre, I should say, Kevin, Barbara, etc., all of us inside the live room. We'll be back on, just like I'd said, at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be in the chat just throughout the afternoon up until the market close. Talk to you all then.
Become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9. Do it today.